Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on the Buzzbassador channel. As always, I'm Brandon, and in this video, we're going to talk about the communication between your influencers and potential brand ambassadors, how to communicate. And so obviously that's going to be the meat of this, but before we jump into the actual communication part, before you go out and reach out to influencers or potential brand ambassadors, you're going to want to make sure you have a targeted, marketing campaign, like actually have goals, like actually have, what your goals are for your brand ambassador program. Because if you don't have these clear goals, you're not going to know what type of influencer you need to be working with. And so there's obviously tons of influencers to sort through. And so having those goals, it's going to tell you if you need to be working with macro influencers or micro influencers, how many different influencers you need, different niches, age groups, whatever it is. But you're going to know with those clear goals what you're actually looking for. So now once you have that, and I've made videos of like how many different ambassadors or influencers you are going to need for your business, and I have that in this video here. But this can also be for like short sprints. Like this might not just be for your ambassador program. Maybe it's a specific marketing campaign, and you're curious of how to actually communicate with these influencers and actually convert them from prospects to actually working with your brand. So once you have those goals in mind and you know like, okay, I'm going to be working with micro influencers and I want as many people as possible in my brand ambassador program that fit a certain, description, and those are going to be a bunch of micro influencers. Or maybe you're wanting to work with macro influencers and maybe you're only looking for maybe 5, 10, 15 different, larger end influencers that have millions of followers, but really that just comes down to the goals that you've identified. Now, one thing to watch out for when you already have the goal and the description of the type of influencers you're wanting to work with is making sure that the engagement on their page is actually real. It's 2022. It's pretty easy to buy Instagram followers and engagement. So you can use some tools like Social Blade here, which is one that we've used in the past. And as you can see, let me just show you an actual influencer, right? Kesha. Right? So you can just search Kesha on Social Blade, and this is what a legit influence is going to look like, right? Because it's just randomness, right? Followers down, there's a few here, down 80 in the last 30 days, but with 60-something thousand followers. That's not crazy. That's organic. That's naturally, fluctuating. If it's going to be a fake influencer, you'll see like plus 500,000 or plus 50,000 followers in one day, and that might be like half of their entire follower count. And so that's an important tool. There's plenty of other tools that you can experiment with as well, but just make sure that the engagement is real. You don't want to be spending your time and resources on working with influencers if you think you're getting thousands and thousands of impressions, but you're really only getting a few hundred. So that's very important to keep in mind. So you know that. Now, what you want to do first before you start sending out that cold email is you want to build some kind of recognition in this influencer's mind, because they get plenty of cold emails and cold DMs all day long, and you need to set yourself apart and actually show that you're really interested in not just, making more money, but you're interested in partnering with their brand because you truly think it's a valuable brand that they're building, right? So how you do this is, before you send this email, I would give about a week, 2 weeks of straight commenting, like straight engagement on these influencers' socials, right? Follow them, maybe repost one of their stories if you relate to it, or, comment on their post, send them a message, but not sending them a message on, on Instagram that's saying, hey, work with my brand, but actually something like, hey, I like this post, like what you said resonated with me, and just want to say keep putting out content like that, right? Just being genuine and not asking for anything. Then after about a week or a few days of doing that, they're going to recognize your brand, your business's name, your Instagram handle. And when you send a voice message or a video message, I recommend video message, right? Sending a video DM, holding your phone and saying, hey, your content really resonated with me and I'm building this business. Here's my mission, and I think we'd be a great partnership. If you're interested, I'm sending an email and I would love to hear back from you, right? So you can send that video message and then also send an email at the same time to this influencer. First of all, they don't get many video messages or voice messages from all these other brands, because all these other brands are just mass sending them out. So that right off the bat is going to stand out above the competition. But they're also going to recognize your brand because you've been commenting, you've been sending messages, you've been reposting your story. They recognize you and they feel like, okay, this is a genuine person. And then you send that message, and they're even closer now to at least wanting to give you the time of the day to explain what your program is and how it's going to be beneficial to them, right? So now that you've sent that first video message or Instagram DM about it, and then also an email, then it just comes down to converting them, right? This is just like any other email marketing. You're going to want to follow up if there's no response. Every 2 or 3 days, I would send another email, send another video message. And if you haven't heard back, just keep doing it 2-3 days, because a lot of times these influencers are busy, or they just don't respond. And then finally, after you send it multiple times, they're either going to say yes or no. And then you're able to check that off your list, put them in the right pile, and then keep moving on with building out your marketing campaign and your brand ambassador program. So that's the follow-up, that's the first touches, and that's what I've seen has a high percentage rate of conversion, because you're sending that personalized message, not just in text, in video as well. And you can do a video with Loom or whatever in email as well. So now, what do you send in the email, the actual content, right? You can send the video personalized message. That's great through Instagram DM, but what are you sending in the actual email? Well, I actually came across this blog, and this is just a perfect template. It's very similar to what we've used in the past and what we've seen brands use. And all it is here, as you can see, is just calling out the influencer's name, who you are. This is the introduction. Keep it very simple, and then the content reference. This goes back to making sure you're standing out, you're actually being genuine. Like say something that's not just going to look like it's copy and pasted, right? That's right here. And then you do your brand introduction. What your mission is, what your mission is with this marketing campaign, and how you think you guys would be a great fit because you've been following their content for a while now, and you believe in their brand, and you think it'd be a great strategic partnership, right? That's there. And then the clear call to action. Now, the call to action is going to be different depending on what type of influencer or the amount of influencers you're trying to work with. And so if you're working with, these macro influencers that have millions of followers, it's probably going to be best to do a call, right? Because you may only work with 5 or 10 of them, and having clear-cut specific expectations is going to be important when you're working with these larger influencers, especially because most likely you're not going to just be doing that commission rate like you would see with Buzzbassador or with a typical brand ambassador program. You might also be paying per post depending on which influencers you're working with. So that's just great to get on a call and actually build that relationship, because you're going to have to shell out some cash up front. It's best to get on a call. Now, maybe you have a little bit larger influencer program or ambassador program that you're trying to build out. You may not have time to do a call, right? You might not have time for that many influencers to work with and just field out their questions, right? You already have your program built with Buzzbassador. All the commission rates, all the automated emails, all the onboarding is built out with Buzzbassador. So you're able to now just send a call to action of, hey, sign up here, or check out more information where they can also apply as well. So let me just show you this in practice. If you're sending this email out, and this was, the email you sent with the Instagram DM video message, but you just want to send them to more information, you can go over here to the landing page. This is Buzzbassador, obviously, and this is the landing page that you could have built out for your program, right? So you give them information. Obviously, this is a pretty basic landing page. I edited this a while back, but you get the gist, right? You're giving more information about your ambassador program and how it would be beneficial to them, right? The commission code they're going to get, the referral code, like how much their commission rate is going to be. And then if they're ready, they can just click join now, and that's going to go to this application form where they can just join your ambassador program right from that email, and they are in the system ready to start promoting, right? That's when they're going to create their Buzzbassador account and just be good to go. Now, another thing that you can do instead of sending them to more information from the email is with this call to action, you can ask for at least some kind of email or, inquiry back that you can just say, hey, reply to this email, and I would love to send you a private link to apply for our ambassador program. So they can reply. And another cool thing that you can do with Buzzbassador is you can send out the application invitation. So like right here in the email template editor, as you can see, you need to have this on. This is the application invitation. And this is just basically what was on that landing page, but compressed down. You can send this email directly to them, and then they can apply and join the program, right? So how you do that is you just come over here to the application form editor on the side here, and you just send application form. And as you can see, this is where you're just going to enter their emails and send the email. That's going to send that, and then they'll be able to just apply to your brand ambassador program. So I know this was a fairly quick video, but I'm hoping there was some valuable nuggets that you took away from here. We've been getting a lot of questions about how to actually communicate with brand ambassadors or potential influencers that could work with your brand. And one thing I want to leave you with is, no matter if you're trying to work with an account that has millions and millions of followers, or someone that has 5 to 10,000 followers, just a smaller follower account, is stay on the professional side. You can be genuine, make sure everything matches your brand voice, but it's always best to be on the more formal side when you're sending real emails of specifics of your program, because you want to show that you're truly taking them seriously. When your micro influencers have a huge ROI, but a lot of times brands overlook them because they don't have millions of followers. Well, what we've seen a lot of times these micro influencers being more profitable. And if you treat them like they're not as valuable as these larger influencers that have millions of followers, they're most likely not going to want to work with your brand. So don't overlook them. Stay on the professional side and be formal with every single person that could potentially bring in more revenue for your business, because like I've said in other videos, the foundation that you build for your brand ambassador program is what's going to just continue to increase revenue and continue to bring in more money for your business. And that's just such a valuable channel. So I'm hoping this video is helpful, and as always, make sure you leave questions or comments in the comment section. I can answer them there, or just make a whole nother video about it. If you like this video, like, subscribe. We're going to continue to put out videos just like this to help you increase revenue for your business on Shopify with influencer marketing and brand ambassador programs. That's the goal. That's what it always will be. So subscribe. We have more videos coming out, and thanks for watching, guys.